Hello everyone, today is Christmas Day, and for that I am preparing a feast consisting of prime rib and mashed potatoes and some asparagus. So I'm going to cook the prime rib the best way I know how, sous vide of course. I went to Costco yesterday and picked up a nice half of a prime rib since I don't really need 12 plus pounds of meat. This one here is 4.6 pounds and it's prime, so the marbling and fat is excellent. I'm sure you can see it here. Beautiful looking cut of beef. So cooking it sous vide is relatively simple. I'm not going to pre-sear or anything like that. What I am going to do though is salt this up really well. I want to add a lot of salty flavor to it because that's something that goes really well with the fat when it renders. So, let's see the beautiful marbling on this cut. Let's dry it off a little bit, but it's a boneless. It is a boneless rib roast. You can do this recipe with bones. I just prefer the simplicity of cutting it up afterwards when it's boneless. It's just a lot easier to handle. So anyway, what we're going to do first is salt this up real nice. All sides. And after that, we're going to get this in a vacuum bag. Then we're going to cook this thing at 130 degrees, which will give it a nice medium rare texture. We're going to cook that for 4 hours. If you have a larger roast, I would imagine it would probably need a bit more time. But this is pretty tender meat, so I don't think it will need any much more than that. We're just bringing the interior to the temperature that we want it to be. So 4 hours should definitely give it plenty of time to do that. So we fully salted the roast here, and normally I don't do that because I enjoy the beefy flavor of like a steak or something, but I kind of want to change the exterior texture of this a little bit, make it a little tougher, and basically absorb some salt into the meat itself because it's such a large piece of beef. So that being said, the next thing we're going to do is get this vacuum sealed and wrapped up, which is no easy task, but if you just put it in the vacuum sealer like a regular old steak, it should basically shrink enough around it to cover the thing up. So I'll show you that here in a second. Okay, so we're ready to roll here. One of the tricks I haven't shown you in a while in terms of getting messy items into your vacuum bags. You want to roll out your roll the edges out of your vacuum bag, cuff them or whatever you want to call it, so that when you fold it back over in, there's not a bunch of muck screwing up your vacuum sealer. So hopefully this will actually fit inside the bag. It'll be close, we'll see. Okay. Just barely. Perfect fit, like a glove. Okay, so with this particular vacuum sealer vacuum bag, I probably wouldn't do much larger than a 5-pound roast with this. If you do have a larger roast, if you have bones, you're going to want to use like a 2-gallon bag, and that should adequately hold your rib roast. So as you can see, we want to get this in here just fine. And then as we're vacuum sealing, we're going to want to help compress some of these edges down, especially in the back, as that's where it typically does not get as much suction. So put it on dry, vacuum seal, and here we go. I also also like to double seal this for good measure. The last thing we want is our $80 rib roast getting ruined. So, extra precaution never hurt anybody. And this is sealed up really nice and tight. I was concerned it was going to be too loose, but no, this is perfect. Look at that beautiful marbling on this meat. Looks fantastic. Can't wait to eat it. Anyway, I'm going to bring this over. Just the old Anova. And we're going to plop it in. So, make sure you got enough room and you don't over that max line. That was perfect. I filled it up to the 8-liter line in this 8-quart line in this 12-quart bucket. So I'm going to make sure the whole bag's submerged, and I'm going to cook this for 4 hours. So I will see you in 4 hours with the finishing process. About 4 hours, and we're all done cooking this thing. Feels very nice and tender, and I look forward to eating it. That right there, that sound was my oven preheating. I'm going to finish this off. I'm going to roast it for about 10 minutes at 525 degrees, and that should give it a nice crust. Basically, the crust I'm using is a whole bunch of butter and a whole bunch of spices, a whole lot of garlic. I've made garlic prime rib before, and man, is it good. So it's difficult getting this out of here without spilling the fluids everywhere, which you can make a nice au jus with, but I'm not going to do this time. Not a whole ton of liquid, actually, which is it's a good thing because it means most of it remained in the meat. So I'm going to dry this off, and then we're going to apply my garlic herb butter, which basically all I did to make it was you let your stick of butter sit out for an hour or so, and mix a bunch of herbs and spices with it all together. I got about a big clove and a half of garlic in there. I don't know if you call the little parts of the garlic cloves. If so, there's probably 15 or 20 in here. There's a lot, but yeah, you just mix it up, and man, it smells really good, and it's gonna be amazing on this roast. So, gonna get this nice and dry first, and then I'm gonna put it on this makeshift roasting pan. I want it like to suspend itself in the oven so we get some nice caramelization underneath the roast as well. Okay, so I have the roast here turned on its side, mostly because I want to get this butter underneath as well as on top. So I just use a spoon. It usually works pretty well. Spoon and fingers. You can kind of get it to stick in various spots. Okay, so it was a little difficult to get the butter to stay on the sides and underneath and all that, but just load it up on the top. It's all going to melt down anyway. So have your exhaust fans on high, ready to rock. And I'm going to toss this in a 525 degree oven for 10 minutes or so until it starts to get nice and brown on the outside. Probably. Okay, so I did 9 minutes in the 525 degree oven, and it came out very nice. A nice, beautiful crust on top here. A little bit loose, but the fat rendered up nicely. And it looks fantastic. I know the lighting isn't the best with this camera, but let me cut it open here in a second after it rests for a moment, and I will show you what it looks like. Hang on. Okay, so let's crack it open and see what we have here. A nice big sharp knife to cut you off a beautiful piece. Ah yes, look at that. Perfectly done, insanely juicy. I'll show you the juices on that. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Look at all that sparkling good juice. So we're gonna get plated up here, and I will show you the final product. Let's take a bite. Wow, it's very, 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 very tender. And very fatty, but such is prime meat. Let's just get a little piece out of here, if we can. And there we go. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's cooked all the way through, exactly the same all the way to the middle, and the fat kind of insulated the extreme oven temperature. Now there's a bit of stuff on the bottom here that appears to be well done, but other than that, everything else on here is just perfect. It is so juicy, so delicious. The herb mixture with the butter on it, oh man, it tastes so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat the heck out of this, but thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. If you got any questions, please leave a comment or hit the show more button for more information, and I'll see you guys again soon. So thanks again for watching.